So, you know how I said I was gonna do weekly uploads? Yeah, I'm trying to stick with that schedule, and this is a part of that schedule. So today's video is kind of short, and it's kind of similar to how I did last week's video, where I sat down and talked about a video that played and then I uploaded the video separately, except this week I'm not uploading that video separately. Today, I'm going to show you a project I did in school, and yes, it relates to my Fiat 500 Abarth, which is awesome. So, before I say what I did the exact project on, gotta explain the project. So the project we were doing was a how-to video, and we had to do it in the form of a Ken Burns effect, which that effect is a singular image on the screen, just panning, doing like just simple animation, trying to make a photo seem like it's actually video. The effect's called Ken Burns because Ken Burns, a very famous documenter, used the effect very much and kind of coined the term. So what this is basically a assignment where we have to emulate the Ken Burns effect. And the way you do that is you have to take photos. And the premise we had was, doing a how-to. So me trying to think of ways to, create more content for YouTube, and also me trying to think of ways to incorporate my car, decided to do a how-to video involving my Fiat 500 Abarth. And I thought the best way to do a minute to a minute and a half video, because that was the time limit we had to keep in, I decided, you know what? I'm going to show people how to change the battery in a Fiat 500 Abarth. Now, changing the battery is actually fairly simple. It's really easy. If you're a car guy, there's no need to explain how to change the battery in this car other than, you need a 10mm for the actual battery terminals and then a 13mm for the little bracket holding the battery on the actual battery tray. It's not a hard battery to change. But I figured since it was a minute to a minute and a half long video we were supposed to make, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do it. It makes perfect sense to me to try to do something like that. So that's what I did. We made a how-to video on how to change the battery in a Fiat 500 Abarth. It's straightforward, it's simple. The video is very short too, straightforward and simple. But once you guys watch the video, I'm gonna mention some things about it, just some of the process, because I like explaining it, and I feel like a lot of people like the transparency whenever it comes to videos. So here you go.
Today you will learn how to replace a battery in a Fiat 500 Abarth. Before you begin, you need the proper tools. The tools you will need for this job are a 10mm ratchet or wrench and a 13mm socket with a socket extension. To locate the battery of your vehicle and what type of battery it takes, look in your owner's manual. The location of the battery in a Fiat 500 Abarth is to the right in the engine compartment. The first step anytime you're working on a car is to unplug the battery. To do this, grab your 10mm wrench and start with the positive side of the battery. Repeat this process with the negative side of the battery. Once the battery terminals are disconnected, there is only one last thing needed to remove the battery. At the bottom front of the battery box, there is a clamp holding the battery in place. To remove this clamp, take your 13mm socket with extension and remove the 13mm bolt holding the clamp down. Set both the bolt and the clamp in a safe place for later. The next step is to remove the battery out of the car. Simply lift the battery out of the engine bay to do this. Once the battery is out, set it aside and make sure to dispose of it properly. Grab the new battery you want to put into the car and repeat the previous steps backwards to reinstall the new battery. Most new batteries come with plastic covers on the terminals to protect them. Keep these on during installation to make sure the battery leads do not touch the terminals. Close the hood or bonnet of the car and turn the key to make sure you have power to the car. If the car turns on, then congratulations. You have successfully replaced the battery in your Fiat 500 Abarth.
So now that you have learned how to change the battery in a Fiat 500 Abarth, let me just tell you about the process that went into making this video. So biggest thing, notice right off the bat, I'm not in it. I specifically kind of wanted this video to be not about me, but about changing the battery in a Fiat 500 Abarth. When I do projects like this, I don't like incorporating myself. When I'm speaking face to face like this, it's me trying to explain something. It's me trying to, be very personable. When it's a project like this, I'm not the center of attention. I'm the one making it. That is my favorite part about doing projects like this. I'm away from the camera. I am behind it. I am not the one whose voice is on it. I am the one, you know, putting everything together, planning everything, and I really enjoy that part. So what did I do? I used my friend Emery, aka my sweet mate. We one day went out, did all the photos. It was fun. We also, another day, went into our studio here because we have a full studio, went into one of the sound booths, and we recorded the voiceover. It was a lot of fun. I thought it was a cool little project. And, you know, I kind of promised that I would show you guys some of the projects we do. And since this one was definitely related to, you know, my Fiat, I thought, you know what? Might as well. It's a cool little idea. It's different. It's not entirely, you know, me going about doing the same exact thing every day. It's not me, you know, trying to install a part. It's just me showing you guys a project I made that I'm kind of proud of and that I really enjoyed. There was some parts, though, that I did have to cut out from the original script. And that was because of time restraints. It had to be a minute to a minute and a half long. And my original script ran about 2.5 minutes. So there's about a minute out of there from the original just for the project's sake. There's also some photos that don't look right because, you know, deadlines and crunch times are not, you know, my expertise. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video. I know it's not very, I know it's not the normal style of content I do. I do like doing the sit down desk videos. I have some stuff in my head I've been planning, and there's some stuff in the background I've been working on. We will be at Steel City Expo taking photos only. It is Father's Day, so I'm gonna be with my dad before, and really I don't have a lot of time, and I know I'm not gonna have the energy to, you know, have my gimbal out and be able to film. Sucks, but you know, it happens. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care.